Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Peace out. Welcome to another video. Guess what your boy did? X-1, I'm back at it again. 5th place, Dogmatika Floowandereeze Deck Profile. So, let's get into it. I increased it to 41 this time, but I'm going to try and figure out how to put it back down to 40. So, 3 Robina, 3 Eaglin, still 2 Toucan, just in case you get milled out. You want a way to, have another one in deck, and then 1 Stree. Then to wrap up the Floowandereeze engine for the monsters, you have 2 M-Pen. Now, for the supplementary cards, I did cut down to 1 Ryza. I mean, if it gets milled, then like you're just out of luck. You have to use your other engine to get Omega into the graveyard and put it back into the deck, but it's not absolutely necessary. And then a lot of people are like cutting Apex Avian, but it came up today. It's very good to just put a negation on the board. Next up, the Samorg package, just the 2. I think it's fine at 2. It's searchable off Robina, and it helps chain block your stuff, so you can search the field spell. And the extra normal summon from the other field spell comes into play a lot. The 1 DD Crow that's searchable. And then finally, for the Dogmatika package, we have our ultimate rare Dogmatika Ecclesia. So that's all the monsters. So, out of the new rarity collection, that I opened up 3 boxes of, I finally got my 3rd Pot of Prosperity. So finally, I've got a matching set of Secret Rare Pot of Prosperity. This card was just kind of okay today. The idea is you dig and find your combo pieces, but you can't draw cards the same turn that you activate this effect. So it conflicts with a lot of draw engines that I have in the deck, unfortunately. But it was all right. 3 Pot of Duality, this card's crazy. So those are just the consistency spells. Next up, Floowandereeze spells. We've got the 3 Advent of Adventure. This card's amazing. It searches the field spell or any Floowandereeze monster, and it helps dodge targeting negation like Impermanence or Valor. Next up, 2 Unexplored Winds. This card's crazy. It draws cards, and you just tribute over your opponent's cards. I use this in tournament to tribute over my opponent's Fenrir. It was really awesome. Next, you max out on the field spell. This lets you get it in a normal summon during your opponent's turn if they normal summon, and it just gets you to your engine if you have a bird in your hand by just directly banishing one and giving you that extra normal summon, which is really nice. And then the Samorg field spell that you can search off the birds, which boosts the attack power of your Windwing beasts. And then also you can reduce the tributes of a level 5 or higher wind monster, and then also you can get an additional summon if you have a Windwing beast on the field. So it's just a really good card that not a lot of people play, and it's searchable in the deck. Terraforming, you're usually getting map, but I mean in some fringe circumstances, if you've already gone through map, you can get the Elbors, but that's just the versatility of terraforming. Next, Gold Sarcophagus. This actually came in clutch. I find if I'm under Droll or under my own Prosperity lock, in testing especially, you just banish any bird, and then your Nadir Servant will actually be able to send one of your other targets that can search from your deck instead of sending a Grua to draw a card. So this was really nice to set up chain blocking and get whatever piece you're missing. And then Thrust is the last one-of spell. This just gets any normal spell in the deck. This card's amazing. It was able to get me Harpy's Featherstorm, which is really nice. Next up, the last of the spells. Shout out to the Rarity Collection for upgrading my rarities. I got a Platinum Rare, a Secret Rare, and an Ultra now. So this is a really cool package. It searches your Dogmatika Ecclesia, and it sends a card to the graveyard from your action deck, which has so much utility that I'll get into when we get there. Next up, we have the traps. We have the 1 Floowandereeze in Dreaming Town. This lets you normal summon your opponent's turn and then banish it from graveyard to Book of Moon your entire opponent's board, which is really useful as well. Dogmatika Punishment. We just play the 1 target for Ecclesia to search. The Nadir Servants are never dead because you're always either tributing off your Dogmatika Ecclesia, and Nadir Servant can add from grave, so you can like utilize every single one of these, and then the punishment gets to out something else, and then plus you even more. In tournament, I was able to send an Intis, pop their monster, and then also destroy their anti-spell fragrance and be able to play the game. And then finally, the 1 main deck Harpy's Featherstorm. Shout out to the Rarity Collection for the upgrade. Look at that Secret Rare. I was playing Supers before, but now it's Secret, so that's very exciting. Just in the main for in case you go first and you have access to it. Next up is the extra deck. So for fusions, we played 2 Garura. So when it goes to graveyard, you get to draw a card, and it's 1500 attack power. Lines up perfectly with being able to search Dogmatika Floowandereeze off Nadir Servant. Next up, we played the Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. I picked this up for the Kashtira deck that I was playing, but I never really got to use it because Arise Heart got banned. But essentially, you can banish this from your graveyard at any point and then target a monster on the field and destroy it. So you can destroy your own monsters, you can destroy one of your opponent's monsters, and then you could just, like, during your turn, whenever you feel like it during main phase, you can just use this effect, which I thought was very versatile, so I included it in there. Next up, we run 2 Intis. Shout out to the new set. We got an ultimate rare. Yeah, this was really useful all day, being able to just send it and then pop something on the field. All right, that's all for fusions. Synchros, we still only played the one Omega. It recycles itself infinitely. I was thinking about playing Malong, but it's not even as good as Intis. I don't own one. So that also helped. Next up for the XYZ monsters, we've got Nightingale for attacking directly. We've got Promenade for popping back row. We've got the Downward to make the Big Zeus. We've got Meteorological Aggregator. This is a new one. This one negates the effects until the end of the turn when it's sent to the graveyard. You just target any card on the field. So this can literally any face-up card, which is really awesome. Then you've got the big train, the Super Dora Cannon, Gustav Max. Shout out to Tony. He loves this card. But yeah, you can overlay 2 M-Pens and burn your opponent for 2,000 damage. To close out the game. And then finally, the ultimate rare Zeus. Oh, yeah, baby. Finally, the links. We play Shirag Omen. This was the card that I was talking about. You banish something off of Gold Sark, or if one of your Floowandereeze monsters is banished. Once this is sent to grave, you can search literally any level 1 monster that's a bird from your deck, including DD Crow, which is really useful. That actually came up in tournament. Next, Underworld Goddess to just out like random problem cards. And then finally, Bucephalus. If you need to out a big one with your punishment, this is 3,500 attack. And then once it's sent to the grave, you can send any winged beast, or beast warrior from your extra deck to the graveyard. So you can either dump the Garura to draw a free card, or your Omen to search out a equal to the level of the number of banished winged beast monsters in your banished pile. Jeez. All right. Finally, side deck. 3 Dimension Shifter. So this card is so powerful, I think I should main it. But I'd have to tweak the ratios. I just put it in the side. I didn't get to resolve it today, but I mean, Shifter goes crazy. It's basically a skip your opponent's turn. But I like the Dogmatika package even better because it's better at breaking boards. But I'll figure out that ratio and let you guys know. Spells, we have Harpy's Feather Duster to just wipe out your opponent's back row. You can also search it if your Harpy's Feather Storm gets destroyed. So don't forget about that secret effect. There's actually synergy here. Next up, we have Simorgh Repulsion. So the Simorgh monster can search that field spell that I mentioned before, but it can also search this because it has Simorgh in the name. This one says, literally discard a winged beast monster and then return all of your opponent's spells and traps to their hand. This is just destroys back row matchups. It's so powerful. Next up, we've got 3 Ultimate Slayer. This deck is by far the best deck to abuse this card, and this card came in clutch today. I was able to out my opponent's monsters, and they were not able to respond with monster effects, and you get a bonus effect depending on which monster you send from your extra deck to match it up. If there's a fusion monster, you get to pop another card on their field. Omega, you get to spin something back from the graveyard. Aggregator, you get to negate something on the field. Bucephalus, you could draw a card or search a card. It's really awesome. This card's amazing. Next, Book of Eclipse went super hard today too. Just putting the entire field face down is just amazing. 1 Cosmic Cyclone. I don't know why I put this in here. I guess just for back row decks. It's not even searchable by Thrust because it's a quick play, but it can out Floodgates and whatnot. So you just put it in the back row matchups. 1 Evenly because you can search it off of the Thrust. And then the other 2 Harpy's Feather Storm. If you could make your opponent stop playing the game completely, guaranteed, there's like really no way to interact with this card. If you have a Wind Wing Beast on the field and you activate this, your opponent's not going to be able to play the game because they can't activate any monster effects. Actually, it's even worse than that. Their monster effects are negated. The entire monster effects for the entire turn. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.